Well. Hello there, beautiful listener. I just wanted to let you know that for the first 5 minutes of this episode, there is an annoying buzzing sound in the background because one of us forgot to close the window. But full disclosure, it is gone after 5 minutes, so don't worry, it goes. I promise. Now, back to the episode. Welcome to the Marvels, Mysteries and Midlanders podcast. Prepare to take a dive into all things mythical, eerie, and downright strange. Stick around. You might just enjoy yourself. Give us some ASMR of you hitting your teeth. Oh. That's some ASMR.
TikTok Clarice.
Oh, you just remember that scene in Silence of the Lambs, though, where the guys in the cell.
That's what I meant.
Oh, is that? Yeah, not that scene. The scene with the guy jerking himself, and he's like, and he flings the. That. You've seen Silence of the Lambs, haven't you, Lewis?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you know which scene we're talking about?
What a great scene.
I don't remember it very
Quality filmmaking. Yeah, there's a scene. I didn't remember it until it was on TV recently, and basically Jodie Foster's character, Clarice Sterling, goes to visit Dr. Lecter in the cells of Baltimore's. Yeah, anyway. So she goes to visit him, and there's some guy just like jacking it in a cell, and then
throws it. Spider-Man.
And then she walks past, and he's Spider-Man. He's like, yeah, throws it at her. So yeah, quality Oscar-winning material. That's why she won the Oscar.
Yeah.
That's why they both won the Oscar, because of that quality throwing, yeah. So everybody, welcome to Marvel's Mysteries and Midlanders. You are joining us in the midst of a Oscar-winning conversation regarding male reproductive fluid being flung at female protagonists. We talk about everything on this podcast, absolutely everything, so it's all good. But welcome to the show. We hope you've had a good week. You are joining me, James Alexander, this man,
Adam Daly,
and him,
Lewis Carter.
That's the one and only. And today we've got something a little bit different to a folktale or a story about men going up against things with swords. We've got something a little more phenomenally
phenomenalistically.
Yes. Sky trumpets. Are either of you familiar with the term sky trumpets?
No.
Any idea? Lewis sounds so defeated. This shit again every week. No, I don't know.
Is it a trumpet in the sky?
Read your script.
Say again, though. Sorry.
Is it a flying trumpet?
I mean, no, it's not. It's not a flying trumpet, but I understand. But before we jump straight into, what a sky trumpet is, and Adam, stop reading the script.
Hi.
You're meant to be surprised. You can do it. I don't know. Yeah, we'll figure these things out as we go. What would you two consider to be a very disruptive noise? A constant disruptive noise, not. Is that constantly, Lewis? You'd be in trouble.
I think the Bunnyman's voice. That was quite a noise. Dude, that thing you fucking dare.
Yeah.
That's Lewis's favourite noise.
It was. Yeah, that's pretty up there. It's a shame because, I won't say it, but Lewis, yeah, well done. It reminds me of that scene in Dumber and Dumber where he goes, "Hey, want to hear the most annoying sound in the world?" I can't do the sound, only Jim Carrey can do it. Lewis, you nailed it. Well done. Very good. Very good. Adam, do you want to top that?
I can't.
How many minutes of the show and Lewis has already broken Adam. Absolutely fantastic. So, today, sky trumpets, also known occasionally as sky quakes, but we stick with sky trumpets because that is what they're more popularly known as. Aside from treating you to various sound clips of these trumpets, we are also going to try and figure out what the most plausible theory is for the... Sorry, Adam's breaking down next to me. You alright, mate? You okay?
It was perfect.
Okay, so sorry. So we're going to be diving into the possible theories for their existence, what causes them. But I wonder who's going to choose the most grounded, theory or explanation for them. Who do you think? I think it's going to be Lewis, as usual.
Yeah, I think
Mr. Grounded.
Yeah.
Mr. Real. That's the one. But yeah, so get your ears ready, get your big ears out, and get ready to take your first listen into this phenomenon.
What is that? So scary. Is that a trumpet or?
Is that a trumpet, mate? That was recorded in Australia, by the way. So, the kid's like, "Oh, Dad, it's so scary. Why are you making me stand out here, Dad? Let me go." So yeah, that was
That is ominous.
It's going again. It is very ominous. Yeah. So this sound is coming just from the sky. It's in the air. It's not. It's like basically widespread area. It's not just like in a singular place. It spreads over a massive area. So that was the first clip. What do you think of it?
It sounds like wind traveling over something. You
Yeah.
know, like how you blow over the bottle.
You
And it goes,
Yeah,
so it kind of sounds like that, but much more terrifying.
and aggressive.
Yeah, it sounds like like not theme music, but like foreboding music in a horror
Yeah,
film.
yeah. Something's happening there. Yeah, it's a good point actually. What about you, Lewis?
I thought it sounded like a train breaking.
Yeah.
Well, this episode's over. Yeah, it's proven
It's
it.
done it.
To be fair, I was saying that going into theories later, trains breaking is one of the particular explanations people have said, which I understand it, but again, the thing that really holds me back, we will jump into further. Lewis, you're always getting ahead, man. You're always getting ahead.
Sorry.
No, don't apologise. You're a smart boy. I understand.
It's too woke. As the youth say nowadays.
All those using their funky words. Back in my day, we used to just say interesting or intelligent. Yeah, so as you can hear from the clip, it sounds a bit like a brass section of an orchestra, in my opinion, having like a bit of a rough time. It kind of reminded me, the image coming to my mind was like musicians having to play all the instruments and fight each other to the death at the same time.
Quite difficult.
Exactly, and it would probably sound like that, It would sound like that, I think. But it also sounds like the clashing of, like you said, like large metal pieces, kind of, like a scraping of metal, like a horror film kind of soundtrack. Or even, if you want to go there, some distant fight between Godzilla and another, monster.
Do you think that's what that would sound like?
Well, it wouldn't be quiet. It'd be like that, wouldn't it? Very similar to the clip, I feel. So yeah, but these noises, they aren't, because that one was recorded in Australia. But these clips, they aren't a localized event at all when these things happen. They've been heard all over the world, ranging from Belarus, Germany, United States, Ukraine, and even in Derbyshire, Lewis, in Alfreton.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. There was a clip where the guy recording it, and at the end he goes, "I don't know what it is, but it's starting to freak me out a bit." At the end, and he closes his window. So it's been heard all over the world. What makes, do you think that's trains now, Lewis? Do you think it's still trains breaking all over the world?
I don't know. I
Very
need
loudly?
to hear it, the other ones.
You'll be getting more clips, trust me.
Yeah.
But we have to go into this, though. Is it geologically caused? Is it supernatural? Is it extraterrestrial? Or even biblical? We're going to be looking at this from all angles today, so just make sure that everybody gets a say in this particular thing. If we do miss out your particular theory you may have, do message us or email us at marvels.mysteries@gmail.com. So, fellas.
Can you imagine someone just emailing, be like, "It's just this, you idiot."
Sorry, you starred out the middle word. I didn't understand what it said.
It's for all our underage viewers, isn't it?
The thing is, as well, if you go onto YouTube, there's absolutely tons of videos of these things. It isn't just one video. There's tons of them on the tube of you. So get on there and have a look. A lot of them are partially news reports. So you've got someone going, "And over 24 hours ago, this strange sound was heard in Colorado. As you can hear, it's quite loud and can be deemed quite scary." So yeah, when you are looking for a video, just watch out for the news reports.
Do you think it would be in Virginia, maybe?
Yeah, it's just the bunny man just screaming. Yeah, that's what we're going. You hung up on the bunny man, ain't you?
Such an interesting guy.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, that's why we covered him. He deserves it. So, one of the first recordings of this phenomena was in Homyul in Belarus. And this was recorded back in 2008, which you will hear right now. So it's different. It does sound just like noise probably too, but if you listen, it's like the shattering or the shaking of various metal objects kind of over and over.
Just sounds like a bad recording of nothing.
I will admit the first one was a little more interesting than that one, but hey, I've got to give all the facts,
It does sound like some kind of undiscovered weather phenomenon. If
It
I
does,
had to,
yeah.
Put it logically.
If you were going to choose a choice right now, yeah. Because, that's the thing. So these noises, they do sound like construction or trains and stuff, but I'd be willing to believe that personally if they weren't on such a massive scale. Because it's a little different, that one, to the other one, but the metallic screeching kind of is still there. And it's easy to compare it, like I said, to these various things, but it's just the scale. The scale completely throws me off when it comes to trying to point at a logical explanation for it. One witness named Kimberly Wookie from Terrace, British Columbia, had the pleasure or displeasure, depending on how you look at things, of experiencing the trumpets on more than one occasion. On her YouTube profile, where she posted the videos, she wrote a statement. On the morning of August 29th, 2013 at approximately 7:30 a.m., I was awoken by these sounds. I shot out of bed realizing it was the same sounds I'd heard before and ran looking for a camera to try and capture them with. I came into the living room to find my 7-year-old son awake and scared, wondering what was going on. He had said the noises woke him up as well as shook his window. She wasn't actually the only person in the area to hear this sound as well, as reports of these particular cases stretched to as far as 15 miles away. So it is when I say it was widespread, 15 miles it's a juicy amount.
That's like double the amount of distance that was the Bunnyman Bridge from his first murder.
Exactly. You need to let him go. You need to let him go, man, all right? I know, it's hard. I know. It's all right.
Bunnyman would have been able to hear the sky trumpets.
You bit those ears, mate. You hear
Kill them!
So she even went as far to contact a local construction company and asked them if they were the ones doing the sounds, and they were like, no way. So that was the end of that. So this time we've got another example of the trumpets, this time from Austria. So we're getting a lot of the clips out of the way at the start, so then eventually we can start delving into the theories. But yeah, this is the Austrian one, and it's... Here we go, you'll hear it. It sounds like someone like pulling like a rake or something across like a metal fence in like a really large empty warehouse or something like that. It's...
Or like pyramid head sword.
Yeah, pyramid head. Yeah, exactly.
Exactly.
Oh, I like that. Good job. Yeah, it's actually just pyramid head coming for everyone. Yeah. It was that particular video was filmed amongst some mountains. It wasn't in an urban environment. It was just in like a mountain range in Austria.
Surely it has to be some kind of weather thing. What was the weather? Was there any like recorded weather at the time?
Well.
Oh, okay, I'm going too far.
You guys are just so hungry for knowledge, and you will get it, I promise. You will get it.
It's on the tip of my tongue.
Yes! In a 40-mile radius in Ukraine, they had a series of more trumpet events, the usual, but this time they were followed by a series of deep, disturbing nightmares cast onto a select few of the witnesses, of which the victims struggled to break out of the actual dreams themselves. It's getting, like, supernaturally now. I imagine if there was to be a dream that would terrify the shit out of you with this kind of... with the sky trumpets in, it'd just be pitch black, and that sound constantly, permanently just there, slowly cracking away at my mental psyche, making me crazy, Many of the victims who would wake up from these dreams, they woke up screaming like they're about to die.
Just from a trumpet.
Just from a dream about... we don't know if the dreams were about trumpets, we just know that when the...
trumpets were the cause.
When the trumpets came, nightmares came as well. In Ukraine.
Rhymes.
It does rhyme, yeah, go me.
Can we hear that one or...
There is actually no recording of the one in Ukraine.
Oh, right,
sorry.
okay.
It's so terrible that it would break your mind.
Yeah.
Personally, if we're going to talk about getting nightmares from this year, I'm calling it now. It's some sort of cosmic horror influence, a contamination of everything by this strange metallic force, and it comes for your atmosphere, and it flitters down into your mind and your dreams, and it's on everything. It's like Uzumaki all over again.
What's an Uzumaki?
Uzumaki is a Japanese horror manga by Junji Ito, and basically this town gets contaminated by spirals. And you think, well, that was my only shit. What spirals? Yeah, spirals, but trust me, it is fantastic and horrifying. Do check it out, listeners, it's fantastic. So, during the period we all like to remember as lockdown, a bad dream we'd all wished would end sooner than later, reports of these skyquakes increased massively, many citing because the world was quieter. No offense to these people, though, I personally I'd hear that sound on the busiest day, let alone the quietest day.
Yeah.
I don't think that's
They sound really loud, don't they?
they're loud enough to like be heard miles away, so I don't see how the world being quieted because of lockdown would make them more obvious that they're there. They always happen, but you just don't hear it.
Yeah.
No, personally, that's not for me. Even though no specific scientific cause has been suggested for these, and many causes are being speculated about it, the lack of human noise during lockdown has apparently made people more aware of background meteorological sounds, from wind to distant thunder. But still, nice try though. But I'm still convinced it's something way more than just my ears being better now.
Maybe it's just like tinnitus. Everyone has tinnitus.
It's sort of nightmarish, noisy tinnitus. Yeah.
Fucking.
Audrey, what's that noise?
A train. No, Margaret, you have tinnitus.
It's okay.
Go to sleep.
Back to sleep. Yeah. So we've spoken about the loud metallic noises. Now this one's an interesting one. So it was the same volume, same big scale, but it's a high-pitched whistling instead. Yeah, basically, you'll hear it in a clip in a second. This was recorded back in Colorado in 2020.
That's just a really loud seagull.
Yeah, case closed, mate. Case closed. See, hearing that again, it reminded me of your idea of wind passing through something.
Yeah,
it sounded like a really, really strong gust of wind blowing through like something to make it whistle. What about you, Lewis? What do you think? You think that's...
Yeah, I think that's spot on, mate.
Thank you very much. But the thing is with this one in particular, it sent the dogs crazy in the area.
Really? Oh, because they're...
I think it's maybe the frequency of the
Hurt
whistle.
their ears.
It heard their beautiful ears, which I cannot condone. Obviously, it's a phenomenon, but the thing is, there's so many different ones in it as well. Phenomenon. Can't start that without finishing it, Lewis. Way to ruin the moment. Yeah, so you've got whistling, metal screeching, and also, like you said, Lewis, a really bad recording of nothing, which is, very, very kindly said. Other versions of these sounds have been described as a deafening sound of Darth Vader breathing. So, a galaxy far, far away wasn't far enough, evidently. So, yeah, what would that sound? It would be like... No!
No, I don't like that.
You're not a fan of that theory. What's your fan with big giant Vader, man?
Oh, it's fucking nerds. It's not Darth Vader.
You actually watched Star Wars for the first time, didn't you, Lewis, recently? You watched like the entire...
Yeah.
What was your personal review overall?
Alright.
I didn't say all right.
The last films and... Nah.
Yeah, we watched episode 9 together. It wasn't...
I watched the first one and I couldn't do the other two.
What?
I couldn't do
So I was just doing with Daisy Ridley.
Oh.
What?
I didn't get that.
What?
I don't like that either.
Chewbacca? What? Yeah. So, yeah.
Don't you disgust me. You disgust everyone.
Hey, stop being so violent! Knock it off!
The one thing that stands out to me personally about these various videos is that there aren't really any glaring similarities. So obviously you said about, any weather conditions.
Yeah, they all... Oh, you mean like the conditions in which they're in?
Yeah.
Because they all have like very consistent...
The noise
frequencies,
sounds
don't they?
exactly the
Yeah.
same, like mostly over each one. But look at him shaking his head. Oh,
You're chatting shit, mate. No way they're the same frequencies.
One was like a high-pitched whistle and another one was like...
maybe he was referring to the volume, Lewis, not the frequency.
I don't know technical sound words.
Yeah, me neither, mate. Me neither. So, Lewis, what would you at this point? What's your theory?
Wind, trains, and...
This guy's fucking boring, isn't he?
Invisible wind demons.
That's more like it. So, as I said about the similarities, these videos that the audio has been taken from, it takes place various times of the day. You've got evening, night, morning, and the weather's always different. Sometimes it's raining, sometimes it's snowing, sometimes it's just, an overcast day, sunny, whatever. One particular video filmed in Jerusalem said it was actually, the sound was emanating from a ring cloud, which is pretty much what it sounds like. It's a cloud
of rain.
shaped like a ring.
Oh,
rain.
ring cloud. I think you said rain cloud.
No, a ring
I
cloud.
thought that's all clouds.
You're wrong.
You don't know weather, do you?
You don't know anything, Adam. You don't know anything. Why are you here? And another video showed 2 Alaskan road graders making a very similar sound whilst doing their work on the roads. But again, I'd be willing to believe that it could have been them if it wasn't so loud. They can't cover like a 15-mile radius. Especially if you had road graders that loud, you'd have to evacuate the surrounding area.
Yeah.
Maybe the point in the camera the opposite way to where the noise is coming from. So there's in the first video, there's just a train behind them braking.
Always pointing away.
Yeah.
Wow, what's that noise?
Wow.
Flips the
Trumpet.
Sky trumpets. Sky trumpets, mate. Yeah, it's good for the sky, I swear. Lewis, you've busted it. All this research I've done is just null and void now because you've figured it out. He's figured it out. But see if we can change your mind with some of these theories we've got coming up now. Because we have to consider various theories, what's causing these sounds, to be fair and open. It's only fair we try and cover various theories, no matter how outrageous they may seem to certain people. Before we get into the bog down into the causes and theories, we're going to give you our very first Marvel's Mysteries and Midlanders Symphony Orchestra. And we're going to present our very own rendition of the Sky Trumpets. So who'd like to start?
I think
Lewis has started. We'll join in as you go.
Which one do you want me to do?
You do whatever Sky Trumpet you want, and I'll join in with my own. Okay, there he goes. Gonna continue? Gotta keep going. Come on.
Oh, I don't think I can do it.
Well done. Bravo to all of you.
I think we nailed that.
Adam's got second-hand embarrassment here, I think. Well done. So yeah, it's just it's all done now.
What was that? Where did that noise come from?
Oh, my camera's pointed in the opposite direction of where it come from. Nice one, mate. Nice one. So, to keep things fascinating as we go through these causes, we're going to bounce between the realistic and the more quote-unquote fantastical causes for what could be causing these. So, first things first, gentlemen, either of you, could you tell me, or are you familiar with tectonic plates?
Yeah.
Could you give me a quick description of what they are?
Earthquakes.
Earth, yeah. So that's Earth.
I don't think tectonic plates are just earthquakes, man.
Earth jigsaw puzzle pieces.
Yeah, so tectonic plates, also known as lithospheric plates, are portions of our Earth's crust that are split up into a variably sized separate chunks or plates. You following so far?
Yeah. Thinking about pastry.
Good. You keep thinking.
Crust.
So the sizes of these plates can vary in size from 100 kilometers deep to thousands of kilometers in width. Essentially, our planet is, like Lewis said, a massive jigsaw or a cracked egg, all various portions. The gaps between these plates, also known as tectonic lines or faults.
Is that what a fault line is?
Exactly that, yeah. So a fault line is where Adam's mind is getting bigger by the second. So the thing, I had to learn all this for this episode as well, because obviously I did geography at school, and I knew of them. I did
what grade
geography.
did you get?
Not very high, my friend. Not very high. Pretty sure it was a D or something. But so I looked into it because I wanted to give obviously the audience, in case anyone also wasn't familiar exactly what it was. My wife came in. She's an A-star geography student, so she was like, "Well, I can teach you everything to know about tectonic plates."
Listen here, peasant boy.
The tramp I married. I'll give you some smarts. Did you want to sit closer?
No.
Please.
No, it's all right, honestly.
But yeah, particular areas in the world that have these fault lines going through them are highly susceptible to earthquakes and tsunamis. These quakes are a result of sudden movement along these fault lines. Movement energy, or elastic strain, is released in the form of seismic waves after building up over time. The strain is then released and emanates through the Earth's surface and causes the plates to clash, causing earthquakes. Is that simple enough? Explain.
I mean, I couldn't describe it to someone, but it makes sense.
Do you want to explain it again?
No. It makes perfect sense.
And again. And again.
I'm sorry, James.
You're not a bad guy, Adam. You just need to try harder.
You bastard.
Yes, I am. So with that very basic description of how plates and faults work, how does this connect to the Sky Trumpets? The boffins have claimed that it's a minor shift in these plates. Instead of causing an earthquake, it's releasing a particular amount of pressure from inside the planet itself, and the sound is merely a byproduct of the Earth straining and squeezing around all these cracks, getting all the pressure out.
Like a kettle.
Like a kettle, yeah. Imagine the Earth is a kettle, and the noise is the kettle whistle, yeah. Exactly. That's the theory that the boffins have had. You're right.
They're smart people.
They are smart people. They are very smart. It's a plausible explanation, especially when trying to hide the truth from us. Now, there are fault lines that run past British Columbia, so that can easily be explained as the fault lines in that case. But what about the UK, Germany, Austria, Belarus, Montana, and the USA? All nowhere near actual fault lines. Not to discredit the scientists' research, of course.
Well, that's like everything, though, isn't it? Like, I was thinking the other day, I had a nice old sit down. And I thought, just because someone tells you there's oxygen doesn't mean it's called oxygen. Do you know what I mean?
Also known
it's
as
just
air.
Yeah, but it's just like what everyone socially accepts, isn't it?
That it's called oxygen or is oxygen?
Well, that it is called oxygen. Or
So
like
you're not denying that
No.
we breathe oxygen.
But it could be something completely different. Do you know what I mean?
Be carbon
it's just
monoxide.
what we've
So it's
kind
just the label it's
Yeah.
been given.
and that's the same
So if
thing.
you were going to give oxygen, I don't know, a different name, what would you give it?
I don't think I have the credentials to give an accurate
Doesn't matter, mate.
name.
You're on a podcast, you can say what you want.
Fuck. But I don't know, just like breathe juice.
Oh, yes. As you can see, the breathe juice in this area is contaminated.
But when you think about it,
Yeah.
like, how does anyone even know to call it oxygen?
It's just something that was,
God told them.
God came down and said, "You are breathing oxygen," and he went.
That's it.
And he was out there. Yeah, but yeah, I understand. It comes from obviously as people figured out how the planet works. Some boffin was like, and they were like oxygen, and that was it. Yeah.
Yeah, but again, that's just like what everyone's agreed to call it. Do you know what I mean?
Well, I'm sorry you follow the
But then again,
the status quo.
Yeah, but then again, like it's this belief that everything exists exactly how it is in the world until we discover it.
Whoa. Okay, from now on this podcast, we'll refer to air as breathe juice.
Breathe juice.
Breathe juice.
Reject oxygen, embrace breathe juice.
Now, to enter the realms of the fantastical, it's goddamn aliens, baby. Goddamn aliens. Now, one website that seemed to actually get to the bottom of the extraterrestrial cause has been blocked due to legal reasons. Because they knew too much! That's why. But when I finally accessed the website with the power of a VPN, wink, wink, no sponsor, just saying.
VPN.
Now we have a sponsor, thank you, Adam.
They'll be in touch.
Yeah, when I finally got on there, suddenly the website was then saying that there was too many requests to get onto it. So, despite the rest of the website working literally completely fine, this one page, for some reason, was suddenly under too many requests. And I was like, this is strange, isn't it? I think we're onto some sort of local conspiracy here. MagicValley.com is highly secure for a local Idaho news site, and I need to know what they're hiding. And every time you go on there as well, it goes, "Oh, can you turn your ad blocker off?" Okay, I'll do that for you, mate. Turn it off, and it's like your ad blocker's still on. It's like it's not on. So in the end, it was a dead end. So yeah, hey, it could be aliens, guys. And that's pretty much it.
I expected like some kind of. Do you know have you seen like the memes where it says something like, when you download a game and it changes your web page or your default web page.
Yeah, your web page changes and you suddenly get all these weird toolbars at the top, like Jeeves, even though it doesn't exist anymore. And then you got like one that's like
that's you turning your ad blocker off on
I think-
MagicValley.com.
I remember once I just got one and said hello. And you click on it, it just say exit.
Aww.
Hello.
You're never alone with magicvalley.com.
When hello's there. So that was a strange one. Yeah, but I know what you mean, yeah. I mean, usually you get that from going on to kind of undesirable websites, Adam.
I don't know what they are. All websites are desirable to me. E.T.
E.T., exactly. Et-a-tet-tet. What could we theorise that the aliens are doing to cause that noise?
Serious answer.
Landing spaceships.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah, or comedic answer.
UFO, what do you call it? Abductions?
That's not very stealthy, is it?
Wow.
Take him!
True. Yeah. But then everyone would be like deafened by the sound.
Yeah,
it's like
true.
Like AoE. Area of effect.
I know that.
I was like, attack on elegance?
I mean, yeah, if that's where your mind went to.
I don't know what that means.
You're a very elegant man, but I'm not attacking you.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Yeah, so I wrote down that it could be like a large alien mothership barreling through our atmosphere, making this noise. But I like the idea of like it being abductions or something as well. And like you said, Lewis, also a craft landing. I think that's fairly plausible if we're going down that lane. And we can go down that lane. We can go very far down that lane.
Drive very fast down that lane.
Exactly. Maybe ancient alien technology inside our Earth is actually sending out loud signals to bring some extraterrestrial pain to us, and that is the sound. But I
want it to be true.
We want it. We always want it to be true, man. To give into this theory as well, you have to also consider the nightmare angle. It's odd that people started getting really bad dreams in Ukraine from this particular one.
It does sound like the
plot
of a film.
The Fourth Kind. There's this film. I think it stars Mila Jovovich or something like that. And people start having these crazy like dreams, and they're actually getting abducted and stuff.
Yeah, isn't that like a really disturbing film?
I think there's disturbing parts of it, but the film itself isn't very good. I think it's on Netflix now. Sponsor us, Netflix. But there is bits of it that I think were quite disturbing, but it's based around these true/false alien abduction stories. But
sorry, I just had a thought of like your next thumbnail for the episode can be like a boxer with the head of Netflix and the other one with the head of NordVPN, just saying fighting for the sponsors.
Fighting for Marvel's Mysteries and Midlanders. Everybody wants us, so much so that we've not actually heard from anyone yet. But
Not yet.
We're just assuming that they're holding back for like so many episodes, right? Haven't done all this work for nothing, have I? Yeah, but I think it's easy to make the alien theory seem very plausible if you can make up enough crap about it, but also compare and involve theories like the people getting nightmares. I think it makes a lot of sense if you do it that way.
Yeah,
it's like most conspiracy theories, though, isn't it? But anyway, moving on. Maybe we are truly in trouble with the aliens. Maybe we aren't. Who knows? You know what they do remind me of? What? Have you ever seen War of the Worlds? The film starring Tom Cruise, the 2005 one. Have you seen it, Lewis?
No.
Well, let me quickly treat you to this because I'm a big fan of War of the Worlds. Just letting you know that, guy.
I remember the trailer for it.
Yeah, I was proper hyped because the book's set during the Victorian era, so I would have loved to have seen it during that point. But it was all right for a modern day adaptation. But this is what the tripod sounded like. Does it not sound like the Sky Trumpets a bit?
So what's that from?
That's the noise the alien tripod's make in War of the Worlds.
Oh, okay.
So it comes out the ground and it goes...
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So I was like... And as soon as I listened to it, I was like, I watch War of the Worlds now. So...
Please sponsor us.
Please sponsor... Steven Spielberg. Hey, buddy, how you doing? You want to sponsor a podcast? Come on, you got money, baby. So, yeah, there's...
No, that does sound very... they've definitely done that intentionally.
But that film came in 2005. And the first recorded one was in like 2008.
Maybe somebody was just watching War of the Worlds really loud.
With the camera pointing the other
way.
Maybe it was a sound that emanated from everyone's phones at the same time.
From the government! There you go, there's another governmental blame there. But yeah, other scientists have claimed that instead of the plates being directly to blame, it's atmospheric anomaly. So by that I mean, in particular, they're saying it's something in regards to the atmospheric pressure on the planet. If you're not familiar with the term, to put it simply, the air around you has weight, and it presses against everything it touches. It is the force exerted on a surface by the air above as the gravity pulls it to Earth. More science, I know. A lot of science during this episode, Adam. You're looking red.
I just blew on you.
You did blow on me.
Yeah, because of the air.
Oh, right, sorry. Sorry, but I didn't realise that. See, this is how intelligent I am. I don't understand atmospheric pressure when it's literally happening to me.
Get atmospheric jokes.
Evidently not. But why is it causing these noises? Why?
To be fair, that does sound quite plausible.
Atmospheric pressure.
Yeah.
I know. Well, let me get further into it. Could it be a rise in small air pockets that are just filling with this incredible amount of pressure and then releasing it to create these trumpet noises? It could be. It makes sense. Stranger things have happened.
Sponsoring Stranger Things.
Netflix. Yeah. So maybe some of you may find that you get nosebleeds as well when you change altitude, maybe on a plane or when you're driving to a high place. And that's, again, what you...
No. Just going to, I'm like, fuck you.
Yeah, exactly. So again, that is caused by atmospheric pressure too. Do you think it also causes nightmares? Lewis, you want to be a guinea pig? We're going to put you in a high pressure room and see if you have any nightmares.
No, thank you.
The phenomena isn't just a modern day marvel though. It actually dates back to at least the 19th century, when a famous 19th century American author, Washington Irving, once penned a story on quote-unquote skyquakes, in which he jokingly attributed the anomalous noise to ghosts playing 9-pin bowling in the mountains, which, if we are to follow that particular account, knocks the majority of the technological theories out of the running.
Why would ghosts be playing bowling, though?
I think it was more of a metaphor. I don't think he literally said, oh, maybe I haven't read this bit.
No.
I think there's ghosts over in them hills and they're playing 9-pin bowling. Yeah, I think that's probably what he went.
Spare.
I don't know why that bloke's theory about the ghost playing bowling knocks the other theories out of the water.
Just saying,
it's the
guys.
most believable.
Like, I'm not. I think the ghosts playing 9-pin bowling is more of a metaphor than a actual. I literally think there's ghosts over there playing bowling. I mean, I know people were willing to believe stuff back in the day, but surely. Oh, then again, people believe in.
Apparently, ghosts playing bowling in the mountains is preposterous, but aliens. That's fine.
Yeah, aliens. Exactly. Yeah, exactly. But no, I know what you mean. I can understand. But you got to think about it. If these noises were happening back in day, in 19th century, you've got to cut out them being caused by like modern technology. Basically, that's what I'm saying.
Oh yeah, that's more plausible, isn't it?
Yeah.
For its time.
Yeah, exactly. Speaking of technology, we're now going to look into HAARP. Are either of you familiar with HAARP?
I'm familiar with a harp.
Good.
I don't play, but.
Well, lucky for you, we're not talking about the instrument. So,
what is HAARP, James?
HAARP. So we could do a whole episode on HAARP because it's a big deal. But I've done like a brief little
big fucking deal.
It is actually, yeah. So the brief description of it is that HAARP, HAARP, also known as High Frequency Active Auroral Research Program, is basically a high-powered, high-frequency transmitter for study of the ionosphere. And it was built in the Alaskan wilderness.
Do you know what? Sometimes I think, and I know it goes back to me being like, oxygen's not oxygen.
Yeah.
I think they
breed juice.
Yeah. I think they make up these words sometimes.
Ionosphere. Ionosphere.
No, that's not a word. I'm sorry.
Quadrilateral resignation. Is that just two words thrown together?
I don't know.
Pectoral.
That's a word.
No way. It's pectrinal.
Pectrinal.
There we go. Nailed it. We are modern day poets with our word knowledge. But yeah, there's HAARP, and it's studying the ionosphere. But what is the ionosphere?
Yeah, what is it?
What is it? What is it? Yeah, what is it? Along with the neutral upper atmosphere, the ionosphere forms the boundary between Earth's lower atmosphere, where we live and breathe, and the vacuum of space.
Oh, so it's like the space in between.
Space in between space. Space in the space. Spaceception.
Space. SpaceX.
Hi, Elon. Marvels, mysteries, and Midlanders? The aim of HAARP was to research enhancement of radio communication and surveillance technologies. It seems pretty innocent enough with its 180 antennas, but this place had gained a reputation for conspiracies. I mean, it was partly funded by the US Air Force, the US Navy, DARPA, so in a way, they are asking for conspiracy theories to come, and attack them. makes perfect sense.
What's DARPA?
I knew it's a defense research company in America. I knew, and I should have put the exact name for DARPA because I knew. Don't roll your eyes at me.
Woulda, shoulda, coulda, James.
Yeah, well, sometimes when you're the only person who researches for the podcast, it gets a bit difficult, and some days it's just
Well played.
It's just not as fun, some days. So shut up.
So they were making all the noise.
Well, no.
Well.
Okay, let me carry on. You haven't heard the entire thing yet. So, first of all, what are them government boys up to doing out there in the world with the big machine, yeah? I mean, HAARP is so powerful itself, it can create its own artificial aurora in the sky, also known as like the Northern Lights, that kind of stuff, the Aurora Borealis. This machine was so powerful, it literally created its own in the sky, in Alaska. No, that's perverting nature, Lewis. It ain't right.
That's your opinion.
Stop trying to copy nature. That's mad though that they can.
It creates
Yeah,
that. I
that
know.
kinda
I think
scares
it
me a
does.
little.
It scares me. It seems like it's one step before opening up like a dimensional rift to a different place.
That's all like magnetic fields, isn't it?
I think it is exactly that. Yeah, but a machine creating it just seems a lot more sinister than like a natural wonder. But what would be their reason for pushing out strange signals in this place that would cause a noise like that? What would what benefit is it? Because the conspiracy theories about this place, it's not just, what they're doing over there. The people have theorized that apparently they can control natural disasters. They have a weather control machine in HAARP. They can cause mind control. They can even cause earthquakes. And you wouldn't believe it, they can even apparently alter reality itself.
What about sky trumpets? Couldn't it do that?
What about a bit of noise in the sky?
I think what I'm getting at, Lewis, is that HAARP is also responsible for causing sky trumpets.
okay.
That's what I'm saying. That's what.
Why?
Oh, exactly. Why it is a big thing. Maybe all these theories actually seem plausible because they are all part of the same problem. It's a snowball of noisy bullshit is what it is, guys. It's exactly what it is.
I love the idea of them just being like, we can control your minds, we can create earthquakes, and we can make a bit of noise in the sky. But you'll never know what it is.
We don't either. Here's a nice looking cloud. Yeah.
A ring cloud.
One theory I found out about in it, and that HAARP is responsible for creating it, is something called the Luxembourg effect. Familiar with that?
No.
Okay.
Sounds nice.
When radio signals at different frequencies bounce off the ionosphere, they can mix together. What if this metallic menagerie is actually a scramble or beautifully mixed signals echoing through the ionosphere? Don't look at me like that, it makes sense! The actual clip I've heard of it is basically, it just sounds like two radio signals mixed together. But maybe they're just getting like some strange industrial rock stations mixed up.
Wouldn't you have to have a radio to pick up the noise there?
Well, actually, HAARP's one big radio, so it's just broadcasted it across large space. I don't know if that's true, but no, I like that theory. That's a good counter. That's a good counter. This guy's on it, man.
A rebuttal.
A rebuttal, and a dangerous one at that. So, tales of mass bird deaths, good people going bad, weather control, and even altering the fabric of reality. So, when you see a glitch in the Matrix, quote unquote, when like you see those
two
weird,
people at the same time.
like two people look exactly the same clones, whatever. People say that it's HAARP responsible for it.
It's most likely just two people that look the
It
same.
definitely is just two people
Twins.
conveniently. It's just a happy coincidence, or just twins.
Did you also buy this Nintendo shirt from Primark?
Enjoy your slave trade money. As of 2015, HAARP is no longer active, but the site itself is now used on a pay-per-use basis for researchers, apparently.
Why are they no longer active?
Apparently they got all they could from the research, but I think something terrible happened there. Something awful. They had to
Budget cuts.
But government, it did cost like $300 million to build HAARP, so
Wow.
yeah, they were probably like, you're not really making it worth it, so we're shutting you down.
It's kind of just a hobby, isn't it?
It's a hobby. It's a big harpy hobby. So now, gentlemen, the time to repent is now. So we've gone through HAARP, we've gone through atmospheres and tectonic plates and aliens. Now, bless yourselves, because we are entering the biblical period. One of the most believed theories to sky trumpets, especially amongst religious communities, is the apocalypse. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo! Our favourite.
Not that old fallacy.
Oh, well, apocalypse again. In particular, direct references to the book of Revelation in the Bible, which I've never read before, but I've heard it's amazing. And from researching into it, it does sound amazing. There's some crazy stuff in there, man. It's wild. Have you ever read the Bible? Or
I'd like to.
you'd like to read the Bible, or you'd like to read the Bible?
Oh, yeah, I'd like to read the Bible.
Mate, you, Lewis, you were
Not read it, no.
a man of the cloth.
I've touched cloth quite a while now.
Bloody hilarious. Who jokes? These sky trumpets are supposed to represent the 7 trumpets of heaven. Each one would precede an apocalyptic event in Revelations. I mean, the world is kind of going to shit in many ways. You know, we can agree on that. But maybe the Bible actually is onto something.
That sounds quite... I mean, not nice, but...
What?
Like, as a sentiment, like, 7 trumpets of heaven to cause the apocalypse.
But they don't bring good stuff, these trumpets.
Yeah, that's the downside.
Yeah.
But it's still, like, quite nice to think about.
Yeah, okay.
Instead of just wind blowing.
Oh no, the
It's
wind.
the 7 trumpets of heaven.
You'll respect the 7 trumpets of heaven. Yeah, I understand, yeah. So, I'm going to go through the trumpets for you, quickly, real quick. So, the first trumpet's blown, and it brings down a hail of fire and blood, which will rain down on Earth and wipe out 1/3 of all plant life. Blood rain is actually a thing, by the way.
Why 1/3?
Why not?
Very specific.
Get rid of 1/3 of the plant life. Why
We'll let
1/3?
you keep 2/3. All right.
That's
the
my
deal.
kind of apocalypse, just one patch of
To
grey.
be fair, for one of the trumpets, I'd say it's quite a sweet deal.
Yeah.
Just fire's a bit of a
Still
problem.
got 6 more, mate.
Yeah, but blood and hail you can kind of deal with. Fire is the only real tricky one.
Yeah, true.
And obviously the 1/3 of plant life, but you've still got 2/3.
That's true. How would you handle it, Lewis?
Umbrella.
But what about the fire, Lewis?
Lewis has got his trusty incendiary-proof
Oh, okay.
umbrella. Back in the Bible
Government
days.
issued.
Yeah, government issue anti-fire umbrella, yeah. So that was the first one, and yeah, we get blood rain, so technically we're already one step towards the apocalypse. Second trumpet is blown, and a burning mountain falls into the sea, turns 1/3 of the ocean to blood, and 1/3 of all sea life dies.
What is this 1/3 stuff?
I think somebody just like got tripped repeatedly while writing the Bible. 1/3.
Burning
Oops,
mountain
1/3.
falls into the sea.
Where does the mountain come from, though?
How does it fall? Does it just collapse?
Just falls out the sea.
It's
I was like-
already
in my
in the
mind, I was
sea.
like, wee. Yeah, maybe it's like a large mountain that just crumbles and then, you know,
Like one big landslide.
yeah, one big red landslide.
Okay.
Moving on. Now, number 3, a star called Wormwood. What?
I've read the script.
Are you not reading the script? It falls to Earth and poisons 1/3 of all fresh water supply.
I can't. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, religious people.
Go on, man, say it.
I can't do it. What's this 1/3? Bullshit.
Okay, if you're
What's Wormwood?
Wormwood is the name of a star that falls into the Earth.
Yeah. What's
A
that?
terrible name for a star.
Stars can't fall to the Earth because they are actual suns, and the stars would actually be bigger than Earth, and it wouldn't actually be able to fall into Earth orbit because
Yes, thank you, Lewis.
You men of science. Who do you think you are? So Wormwood comes and poisons 1/3 of the freshwater supply. And then number 4, 1/3 of the moon, stars, and the sun darkens. Adam's just shaking his head like he's had enough. These sky trumpets have pushed you to the edge, haven't they? They
I
really
just want to
have.
know the reason for
What
the
number was
friction.
that one? Is that number?
That was number 4. Guys,
right.
stop blowing the trumpet. Yeah, but I think if any of you listeners are obviously more switched on when it comes to religious, and you possibly understand the meaning behind the 1/3, do let us know, because we'd be interested, and you can also prove these two and their lack of belief wrong. Not that I'm religious, but you know, anyway. Moving on. Number 5. Demon locusts with human faces, long hair, lion's teeth, and the power of a scorpion sting, plague, and sting non-believers for 5 months. God's sake.
Oh, actually, I do believe it now.
Those who are all stung will wish for death. 1/3 of death.
You will be 1/3 dead.
Number 6. Fallen angels are released, and they begin to wipe out people with sulfur and fire pouring out of their mouths. They manage to wipe out 1/3 of mankind. You just accepted it now, haven't you?
How can 4 angels kill? I don't know how many people are existing.
1/3. Well,
That's quite a lot, though.
those weird scorpion things were going for 5 months.
It's
so,
like it's like when
non-stop.
Santa delivers all his presents. Like, no way can one man do that.
there's definitely some delegation going on.
So
Or cloning.
Santa's like just a delegator of presents, then, and then the elves deliver them.
The elves
do
do
they?
it, yeah. He just takes all the credit.
Fucking lazy
It's
bastards.
typical corporate company, Santa, trademark, TM, Inc., whatever. So at this point with all these trumpets, you'd be like, are you done? Are you done?
Number 7.
There's number 7. Number 7 is a break from the plagues. And on to the 7 bowls of judgment, 24 elders in heaven declare it's time to destroy those who destroy the earth. The temple in heaven opens, featuring the Ark of the Covenant.
It does kind of seem like when there's too many people on Earth, they need like a culling.
Like coronavirus.
Yeah.
It does essentially sound like a mass culling, and it is.
It's like the powers above have thought, there's too many people now.
Yeah.
Burn the mountains, send the scorpion lions.
Yeah.
I don't know what they were.
Drop wormwood into the ocean.
Do you think they had a meeting about what percentage of culling needed to occur?
Absolutely. So that's obviously me skimming very quickly over the events of Revelations because it does truly deserve an episode on its own because it's wild. There's so
It's
much
a
to
nice
it.
thought.
What is?
Just the trumpets and the death
Yeah,
in general.
You look like you'd love for it to happen.
Please.
Yes.
Start with me.
Can I get the first 1/3 to go, please? So now we've covered the big boy theories, but there's what?
That just should be a meme. It's like millennials praying for to be more than 1/3.
You should create the meme, Adam.
There's so many
You can
memes to
become
be
the
made
official
today.
podcast meme guy.
Netflix and NordVPN, millennials praying for death.
It's all true. Yeah. So these various theories we've gone through, these are the big main theories I could find, but obviously there's so many of the theories as well. You've got the possibility that it's the planet screaming in anguish for an assortment of reasons like pollution and illness, or maybe it's just hungry. How do you think? You think it's the planet screaming, Lewis? Do you think that's a possibility?
Yeah.
Cool. There's also blaming on secret construction site noises, train shunting, as you said, Lewis, a movement of overhead wires. Maybe it's submarines out in the ocean broadcasting a hellish symphony for us to enjoy, or maybe it's even the reverberating mating call of a male midshipman fish. Because some believe that. I listen to the trumpet, honestly. I would play it, but it's literally just...
Is it a farting fish?
It's not an underwater fart, no, it's not. It's all connected. Since Adam's come on the podcast, every episode has some underlying connection back to the Swedish-Russian apocalypse. It's incredible. But yeah, so those are the overall theories. It may not be the most outrageous theory out of them all, but I definitely think it's a hoax, personally.
Yeah.
I'm joking. No, I believe that there's something genuinely weird going on. I do lean towards the atmospheric kind of, not atmospheric, sorry, the possibility it's some sort of, plate moving. But if I wanted to jump into the wackier side, it'd have to be like, I do like the biblical one's great.
Has there been any recording? I say recordings, but has this been mentioned in any kind of book or journal prior to 2005 when it started? Because
You got the 19th century writer who was like, it's ghosts playing bowling.
So there may be more, but there isn't 2005 when the internet and technology started to rise.
Yeah.
And you had the technological advancement. So you have people editing all this stuff, and you thought maybe as a joke they just thought, let's add this sound and create this mystery for everyone to enjoy.
Do you say it's a man-made phenomenon?
Yeah. Could be. But it's a bit of a shit one.
Yeah.
Do
Do you want to hear it one more? You want to hear it one more time, guys?
Yeah.
One more time. Yeah, one
Let's
more
give
time.
one more
one more
go at this. Come on.
Yeah, come on.
Come on, Lewis. We've got
One
this.
last hurrah.
What is that? So scary. Is that a trumpet or?
Is that a trumpet? So, fresh off the bat, Adam, what do you think the cause
It
is?
remind me of an F1 track or something.
like a post-apocalyptic F1 track.
Is that Lewis?
Lewis, what do you think it is? Fresh off the bat, go.
A train breaking.
Same theory as the start of the episode, eh?
Yeah.
Great. Adam's theory wasn't even one in the episode. He was just like, oh, it's F1, mate. But guys, that is it. That is Sky Trumpets. How do you feel overall? I feel like I've disappointed you guys.
No, it's
Can I go back inside now, Dad?
scary. It's something that, because it does sound like fucking terrifying. I imagine if you're just out one day, you know, someone's going to get you after you hear that noise. You're just enjoying like the nice weather. And then you're fucked.
Is that a trumpet?
Yeah, you have an Australian man and
His poor
his
son. What do you think, Lewis? What do you think of it overall?
I think if I did hear it, I'd be like, what was that? And
What?
then I'd go on with my day.
Strange
That's
noise.
strange, isn't it? Right, back on with day.
That one ass.
Right, guys, so that was Sky Trumpets. I hope you look disappointed as hell, Adam, to be
No,
honest.
I'm
You
trying
look
to- I'm
really
still-
disappointed. Really
It's
disappointed.
just my natural look. Do you know what I do find quite
Good.
strange though?
What?
Why does he automatically say at the end, is that a trumpet? If it's like, it has like the decibel of like 15-mile radius. Why is he thinking, is that a trumpet? I think that would be like the last thing in my mind.
Maybe in Australia, like, there's just really
The
strong,
infamous
long...
trumpet gang that just go around causing mayhem.
Watch out, guys, they're coming!
Oh, fuck.
Mad
yeah.
Max all over again. I can believe that.
He's doming his trumpets again.
You started to sound a little bit like South African there, my
Can't
friend.
help it.
It's all right, mate. Don't worry about it.
Because-
Right, Vickers. That's Sky Trumpets for you. I hope you enjoyed it. And now we are heading over to Lewis's Thing of the Week.
Wow, is it true werewolves are scared of funky music? Of course not.
Wait, what? Lewis, what do you have for us this week? Cough up the dough.
Yeah, so it's true crime this time.
Oh,
True crime.
True crime. True criminy. Let's go.
And it's about Mr. Anthony Curico. He was 28 and of Monroe, Washington. And he was sentenced to 72 months in prison and 3 years of supervised release for robbing an armoured car.
Grand Theft Auto.
Okay. So what makes this... What makes this story interesting is that he meticulously planned this robbery of this armoured car. He went on Craigslist and asked for people to meet him where he was going to rob this car and all dress the same as he did.
Smart guy. There he gets like one guy showed up.
Wondering
Are you
where
both
everyone else-
janitors? What, is this some sort of flash mob? What's going on?
Yeah, so he dressed up as a originally he dressed up as like a groundskeeper, and
That's
this outfit was easily removable, so he could just whip it off.
Did he have like a
tearaway.
stripper's
Tear away
version of the
yes,
outfit?
Yeah, it did. Yeah, it made it up.
Party boy. Yeah.
So under that, he had the clothes that he asked the people to wear, which was around this bank where he did the robbery.
Okay.
And he'd put a little inflatable raft
What?
behind the bank, so it was a little stream.
I'll put my money in it
escape.
and I'll swim away.
So when the armored car arrived, sprayed him with mace, the driver, robbed his bag, threw his clothes on the floor, walked away, got in his little dinghy, and pulled himself down the creek away from the scene of the robbery.
So he obviously, he made it evidently
Yeah.
because that's why he went to jail.
It's like a budget Ocean's
Well,
11.
he did make it, but he made a mistake. He did a dry run, and a homeless bloke saw him trying the wig on, and
No, God's sake.
this landscape.
Amateurs. Absolute
So,
amateurs.
He saw his number plate of his car.
Cooked by the homeless again.
That homeless network, mate, they're everywhere. Yeah. At first, when you said that he got maced, I thought the guy approached the armoured car and the driver got out and just maced him instantly. Get away, mate. I was like, that's why I was like, yeah.
Not today.
Not today.
No!
Yeah.
I thought he meant like an actual mace.
Like a medieval mace. How about thee? That would have been scary as well. Maybe he had a mace and a mace.
Just to throw them off.
Mace me.
Just when he took a statement, it just made it really difficult.
So many maces, mate. So he got grassed on by a homeless person then?
He got grassed on by a homeless person. Because when he did successfully get away with all the cash, which was $400,000 worth, in just a little
Very
bag.
nice.
That's good haul, isn't it?
Good haul indeed, yeah.
And with that money, he took his buddies and his girlfriend on an expensive trip to Las Vegas and purchased numerous luxury items.
Go on then. Have you got a list of them?
A Range Rover. No, I've got no other items that I can list.
Okay. It's a very luxurious Range Rover.
But
How
when
old was he then?
when they found him, he only had 220 grand left.
Wow, he burnt through nearly half of it.
Yeah.
Wow.
so-
Big spender.
Big spender. Very
Baller.
Balling. So how old was he, Lewis?
28.
Oh, man, that's my own heart.
Yeah.
1 year to go.
I'm 29 now. My birthday was like a few weeks ago. No one celebrated it. Just go with it, man. Come on. Get over it, guys. But yeah, so where was he apprehended, Lewis?
Where was he apprehended?
Or should I say, how was he apprehended? Apart from being grassed on by the homeless, of course.
Yeah. By the FBI, I think.
Did you throw the money at them to try and distract them? Here, take it. I don't want it. I threw IOUs at them as well, like Dumb and Dumber. Suitcase with all IOUs. Those are IOUs, sir. They're as good as money.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how they caught him.
We just know
They just did.
that he caught him. Thank you, Lewis. Fantastic tale. I'm impressed with the raft. The raft is impressive.
Very eccentric.
I like the similar-looking people. That was quite. I wonder how many people turned up.
I was going to say, have you
And
got
I wonder if
many turned
you know,
up?
like they did. I wonder if he just stood, and then all the people surrounded him, walked past him.
Whoa.
And once he walked past the shop, he disappeared.
It was like, oh my god, like in the movies, yeah.
Yeah,
Probably,
like in the
that's
movies.
probably like a realistic version. So I just kicked Adam in the leg. Like a realistic version of that kind of scene. Yeah, I can imagine that going like that. I mean, there's some intelligence to his ideas. I'll give him that.
It's similar to when you do, you have all these weird things in the background, just so that your story sounds like you're just drunk or something.
Yeah.
There was a lion and there was 2 fish, but they didn't want the fish.
Yeah, there's this dragon as well. He's trying to. He got a splinter in his foot or something like that. Yeah.
It was a man dressed as Doctor Who.
That's what I'd do, man. I'd do a siege, like a robbery during a cosplay session.
Oh, yeah.
I think we just got robbed by Spider-Man.
It's like
Who was a good guy?
it's like when we do I'm a homeless person impression that's drunk. I just need someone's finger dog.
Oh, come on, excuse me, mate. I just need a few pennies to get see, my dog's leg fell off. I need surgery to get it back on. You know?
It is horrible, isn't it? When they're the homeless.
They guilt trip you, man.
And they try and I don't know if they make up a story, but you have to applaud the effort.
But I never carry cash on me anymore. It's always
neither.
cards.
No
So
one
I'm
does
always
anymore,
like,
do they?
where got my card, mate? That's when they pull out one of those contactless payment machines. You're like,
I've
oh,
got a machine. Fucking.
fair play, mate. Cool.
I'm not going to steal your information. I'm accredited.
So, guys, thank you so much to both of you. I think that's the end of it, isn't it? That's the end of the world as we know it.
Solved it.
The 7 trumpets have been blown, and it's all over. Or it's just a camera pointing away from an event.
It's only over for 1/3 of us.
Good point. Yeah. Thank you. Or,
Technically,
yeah.
one of us would be dead.
Yeah, I'm voting me.
Well, I vote you two.
Good.
And that's
Cool,
two
so-
against one.
Well, have fun researching because. But yeah, if you want to get in contact with the podcast or want to follow what we're doing, find us on Instagram at Midlanders, or as I always say, at Midlanders. You can also now find us on Facebook. We have a Facebook page, which is just Marvels, Mysteries, and Midlanders. And if you want to email us, it's marvels.mysteries@gmail.com. And that's that. Guys, thank you so much for being here, as always. Thank you for listening. And thank you to these two realists for being involved. It's always fun. So yeah, have a great week, guys.
I've been 2/3 of Adam Daly.
That's how we're going to end it. Thank you so much, guys. I'm James. He's Adam. That weird screeching child is Lewis Cut. Have a great week, and we'll see you next time. Take care. Bye-bye now.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Is that a trumpet or?